week, um, working with organizations, getting these grants out the doors. And I wanted to come in and share with you all an ebook that I have created, that's available on my website that you guys can go and check out. Um, and it is how to turn your board into a fundraising board. Okay. I think that one of the most common questions that I get is, Jen, how do I get grants, and how do I find the right board members? How do I find the right board members? Very much like, how do I find a donor, right? How do I find a board member? So I created this ebook as a tool. It's a PDF that you all will have access to. In addition to the PDF, I've also provided a video that goes through the book and explains each of the sections and the areas. Okay. And again, you can find this on my website. But one of the things that I wanted to highlight are the things that your board members think when they are coming on your board. All right. So let's put ourselves in the board members' shoes. Now, we know why you possibly want a board, right? You want a board because one is a requirement to meet the guidelines for your nonprofit status. But the other part is that you want people who are committed and who are passionate with helping your organization move forward. Now, one of the myths is that board members are there to help your organization run, and they are not in operations, okay? They are in oversight, not in operations. However, they are supposed to have some interest, some influence, some capacity to help the organization to run, right? I.e., bringing relationships, leveraging their relationships, making inroads and pathways in the community so that your organization can be visible, can be seen as trustworthy and credible, right? That is one of the responsibilities of the board. And there are other responsibilities as well. And I have a whole package on roles and responsibilities of the board. But let's talk about one of the top complaints of board members. And, we don't like to look at the complaining part of this, but let's talk about honestly, what is it that many of your board members complain about, right? That they want to do more than just fundraising. Right? They didn't get on your board because they're passionate about your organization to become fundraisers. Okay. They did not get on your board to become fundraisers. That's not why they got on the board. All right. They didn't get on your board to plan events or to set up events. That's not why they got on your board. Okay. They didn't get on the board because they then are committed to the board giving. That's not why they got on the board. Okay. So we want to make sure that we're very clear about why they got on the board and what it is that you can make this experience one that is worthwhile, one that is pleasurable, one that is impactful for both you and them, because they then are the visionaries with you. They then are the ones that are going out, sharing with others within the community, the influence, the impact, and the value of your organization. And this all means that you've got to be able to present, you've got to be able to lead, you've got to be able to share with them what it is that you need them to do. Not only that, you want to also make sure that they are doing those elements or those essential responsibilities in a lane that is comfortable for them. Now, you and I know the truth now that we'll put people on our board. Why? Because we think, oh my gosh, they're connected, or they have an expertise that they can give to the organization. Again, I want you to know the reasons that they get on your board and what are going to be the reasons that they will want to commit and remain committed to your board. What are those things? Okay. Now, when it comes to fundraising, because again, most of us think that fundraising is what the board members should do. They should help us fundraise. They should go out and find donors. They should make connections with make connections and share their connections, right? But you want to also think about what is in it for them. One, they're committed to your organization. They believe in your impact, They themselves believe that your impact is a cause, is an issue that they personally believe is important. I think that it goes into the selection of the board members and how we prepare our board members. And I really believe that if we do a lot of this work before they become board members, before we actually install them into the organizations, it will cut down on a lot of this board member turnover. All right. So who am I to talk about this? I am a nonprofit expert that has over 30 years of experience, actually closer to 40 than 30, over 30 years of experience doing this work. And I have had the pleasure and the responsibility and the opportunity of training thousands of board members on how they can help the organizations to grow and sustain themselves. And one element, only one element, is to help with fundraising. That's only one element, all right? But I want you to think about it again, putting them in being in their shoes. They too have a fear of rejection. Right? They too have a fear of rejection, particularly if there is an expectation that they're going to do something that, one, they've not been trained to do. Two, they've not been given the essential information. They've not been equipped with the right materials. They're in a meeting, right? And they're having a conversation. They don't have a brochure. They don't have anything regarding the program that they're speaking about. They've not been prepared with the collateral material, and that they're knowledgeable enough about that material to have that conversation. So should it be that they initiate those conversations, or should it be that they accompany with you or someone in program to have those conversations? But the expectation that you send them out, they then go fundraise, they too have a fear of rejection. Why would they fear being rejected? Why? Because they too feel like they're begging. They're not prepared or equipped with the essential information that is going to help them explain and express clearly to these people that either they know or that they like to know or are in relationship with how your organization is going to be impactful. So how do you overcome that? Right? You overcome that by taking away those barriers, removing those elements of question, removing those elements of uncertainty, right? Having that conversation. Some people are just not naturally fundraisers, and they can help you raise money without the face-to-face ask, without being the one that goes into the meeting and make the ask. They can help you fundraising without that. Okay, I want you all to hear me. But a fear of rejection, you want to be able to come and overcome those things, okay? So I'm going to quickly go over a few of these steps to turn your members into fundraisers. You want to evaluate them. You want to evaluate their success, their ability, their capability, their interest. You also want to inspire them. You want to invite them to help in various ways of bringing attention to your organization. And not all of it is fundraising. However, they can be a part of fundraising. They can be a part of fundraising without doing the actual ask. All right, without doing the actual ask. All right, so I want you all to think about how you can position your board in a way that is equipped, that is prepared, that is knowledgeable, that is motivated, that is excited about a goal. All right, and how you are inviting them to help and even giving them the tools, the resources, the information, right, that they can sit in a meeting and have an intelligent conversation without feeling like, oh my gosh, what if they ask me a question that I don't know how to answer? And I believe that if you ask many of your board members, that might be one of their fears. Their fears are, you know the program, you know the organization, I want to help, but I don't feel equipped. I don't feel ready. I don't feel as if I know enough to make the ask, i.e., they're not comfortable making the ask. And again, I'm saying to you that there are many ways that your board can be a part of the process of generating income without making the ask, okay? So let's just take that as a part of evaluating, one, their comfortability, being able to assess how it is that your organization is communicated through their lens, right? How often do they have an opportunity to engage, to invite, to inform, to celebrate with their peers? What do they know about the successes of the program? What do they know about the testimonials that have been recently achieved? Because again, they're not in program. They are not going through the day-to-day of the organization. So though they sit on the board, and depending on if you give a report, right, there should be a leadership report, an executive report during the board meeting based upon what you are sharing with them, to give them stories, to give them testimonials, to give them evidence. Again, their job is not program. Let me say that again. Their job is not program. All right. So many of us are taking people and putting them on a secretary. They now are the secretary of the board. You want them to be the secretary for the organization. You want them to research things about the program. You want them to do that administrative organizational work when they should be documenting what has been voted upon, understanding the ways in which decisions are made, and they then take that information, right, without disclosing too much, obviously, into the community so that they can what? Motivate, inspire, and engage others to support your organization. So again, not taking their role, be it a secretary, be it a treasurer, be it the board chair, but using what their position is on the board and also tapping into what it is that excites them, right? Inspires them about your organization into the community. All right. You want to be able to support them. You want to be able to celebrate them. And so this is a book that I've created. It's an ebook. It comes with a video where I walk through all of these pages just so that you are clear about how to really evaluate, assess, and build a real team. Guys, listen, your board is a part of your team. You have a team. That means as a leader, you've got to be a team builder. As a team builder, you want to be able to identify those areas of weakness, of opportunity, of strength, right, within your team. Not only are they on your board, but you are able to tap into their strengths, those things that they're very good at as it relates to articulating your impact, as it relates to being a part of leveraging your organization into the community. You do not want people on your board. You want people on board with helping your organization move the organization forward. How does that happen? You've got to build your team. How do you build your team? You build your team with knowledge. You build your team with information. You build your team with resource. You build your team with materials that are going to help them be successful in their role. That is how you turn them into fundraising. All right. You show them, you share with them, you lead. You are a part of a team. You are working together. All right. And you are co-leading with them. So think about this, y'all. Not only is your board a part of leadership, but you are also, and you are working together as a team. Okay. So again, I've created this ebook. It comes in PDF form. I've also created a video that walks you through this document, and it's available on my website. Go to jdyarbrough.com, jdyarbrough.com, YARBROUGH, and you can grab your download copy of this document. Guys, I want you right now, as you are beginning to identify people that you want to add on your board, or people that you are interested in being on your board, making sure that you are in the position to transition, to build, to support, and to celebrate as co-leaders of your amazing organization. All right, guys, if you have any questions at all, feel free to jump on my calendar, bit.ly/time with Jen. Time with Jen. That's Jen. Time with Jen. The T, the W, and the J are capitalized. Okay. Now is the time to begin to position your organization for growth, for elevation, and for further awareness. And it's nothing better than having the help of a strong team to help you do that. And again, remembering fundraising is not just the ask. There are lots of ways that they can help you raise money without feeling like I've got to be the one to make the ask. All right. So again, download this document, take a listen to the video that's provided. And if there are any other questions that I can answer for you, then just go ahead and jump right onto my calendar and I'll be happy to assist you. All right, guys, have an amazing rest of your day and I'll talk to you guys later.